a snippet from the breakout single from The Hives, a punk rock band from Sweden that penetrated the pop radio in the year 2000. This song may or may not be on your radar because it might not be the genre that you like, but you may also recognize it from the soundtrack of the hit movie Spider-Man of the same era. But it's a rebel anthem that always makes me feel better when I'm frustrated. More about this later. First, I want to talk to you about The Hives as a band. Way back in 1993, 5 young men got together and formed a garage rock band in a steel industry town in Sweden. And 4 years later, they released their first album. It was called Barely Legal, but they weren't actually considered popular in their own country of Sweden. And it's mostly because of their success is mostly because of their live performances, and they didn't really tour in Sweden. It was only when they started touring around the rest of the country, rest of Europe, that they became really popular. They're known for their over-the-top stage performances and their black and white matching outfits, which you saw in this video. Their lead singer's name is Howlin' Pelle Elmqvist, and he uses his face and his body and his facial expressions to really engage the crowd. He once said that we want this rock and roll feeling that's like a mix of euphoria, something vaguely sexual, and destructive. I think that's what we're looking for, you know, that reaction. So it was only when they started touring around Europe that they became very popular. They started to get famous, and they were on German MTV. And from there, their popularity just grew and grew until their next album, Veni Vidi Vicious, in the year 2000. It went platinum, and you started hearing it on U.S. radios, alternative rock radio, which is probably where I heard it first. Rolling Stone magazine declared it one of the top albums of the decade, and Pitchfork magazine called the hit single "Hate to Say I Told You So" one of the top songs of the 2000s. So now that you know something about this band, let's talk about my chosen song. "Hate to Say I Told You So" has been described as an anthem of resistance, empowerment, and embracing individuality. It represents the rejection of being told what to do. According to the website songmeaning.com, the lyrics express the desire to challenge and disrupt the established order, emphasizing the idea that the narrator will not be ignored or silenced. The opening lines, "Do what I want because I can," describe the desire not to be influenced by others, and "be ignored by the stiff in the board," which you heard him say, is where the singer is rejecting the expectations of a conventional, uninspired crowd. So I think the music, the punk rock style vocals, the bass guitar, the driving drums really enhance the rebellious energy of those lyrics. So I chose this song because I have it in my own playlist. I have a playlist called my Feel Better playlist. And when I'm feeling really angry and I want like a private moment where I can have a non-confrontational way of expressing my emotions, I usually put on my earbuds and I just go for a really vigorous walk around the neighborhood. So I think this driving beat of this song epitomizes the way that I feel when I'm feeling frustrated or silenced or constrained or fed up. The melody I think is really catchy. It makes me want to sing or scream along. And just actually listening to a popular song that is kind of reflective of my own feelings makes me feel understood and less alone, and makes me feel like other people get it and feel like I do. So hopefully you can understand now why this song, Hate to Say I Told You So by The Hives, resonates with me and helps me regulate my emotions. I think music has an amazing ability to unite us humans in an emotional way and create bonds between us. And even if this aggressive punk rock sound is not the type of music that you like, I'm sure that there is an artist out there that you will resonate with. And hopefully you can identify with my experience of how using music can make you feel better, to calm down. Okay, happy listening.